Well, I'll tell you right now, guys, it has occurred to me that I fucking suck at making build guides. I wanted to address a couple things because the showcase, we're obviously not using the Mahuxotl's Machination, but and this shield is quite interesting, and I've been learning a little bit more about it. So, basically, what it does in a nutshell, without going into the details of every single keystone on it, basically makes your life act like energy shield. We don't regenerate energy shield anymore. It kind of applies to our life. And we have Vol Pact, which gives us a double leech effect, but we're not allowed to regenerate life. So we can't regenerate life, we can't regenerate energy shield, and all we can do is leech. There's another keystone here that makes it to where when we reach full life, our leech does not drop off. It applies to energy shield. There's another keystone that says when we get full energy shield and it reaches max, it drops to 0 immediately, giving us a temporary buff of 5 to all maximum resistances. That applies to chaos damage as well. So when energy shield reaches full and it immediately drops back down to 0, we essentially never stop leeching. And since we are taking this guy here, something tempered by war, in conjunction with divine flesh, we take no lightning and we take no cold damage. So the only damage we're receiving is fire damage and chaos damage. Well, when we have 20 perma fortification, that's 20% less damage from hits, and we have our immortal call proccing off as often as you see in the background there, which is giving us 34% less elemental damage taken, not to mention the physical as well, but that's the one we're interested in because we're calculating fire. So that's now fortify only applies to hits, I understand, but if we're talking about hits, that's 20 plus 34%, that's 54% so far, and the immortal call proc that's happening all the time is putting us up to I'm sorry, and we're also running Arctic armor when we're stationary. So this only applies like during single target or bossing, like if you're taking down a big chunky and you have to just stand there and huck your flasks out, right? That's basically going to make it to where we are taking 75% less damage, or 74% less damage, fire damage from hits taken when all conditions are met. Now, that's only going to happen so often, and it's only going to be in single target situations where I'm standing still. I know. But I'm just wanting to address that we are mitigating a bunch of fire damage off of this character. Now, what Divine Flesh also does is it makes it to where all incoming damage, or I'm pretty sure it's elemental damage, I'm not 100%, but 50% of that damage is being taken as chaos damage. So we have a butt ton of mitigation for the fire damage. We're at 90 all res basically. We're at 90 all res basically once we do get the energy shield proc, and it's for 4 seconds. So you could run a ruby to be perma, or you could just rely on the shield when you're mapping, and you're going to have a pseudo 90% all res. Lost my train of thought. Okay, so yes, so we're mitigating that much fire. The only thing we really need to worry about is chaos damage. And now that 50% of all other damage is being taken as chaos damage, that means cold dot is now chaos dot. You get the idea. Like any other damage, it's basically going to give you a chaos version of that. So especially when it comes to dot damage, a lot of the elemental dots that are out there, we're not taking those damage types other than fire, which we've already went over the mitigation there. So all we really need to worry about is the chaos damage. Now that's where this guy comes in, and it just clicked in my brain yesterday after making the video, and I'm like, well, if all we need to worry about now is this and this, you know what I mean? My brain's cooking, and I'm like, holy shit, what about Tainted Pact? And technically, we're not getting any benefit at all other than the strength, and that's it. But what it does is it makes it feel so fucking good when it comes to like mapping and clearing. And that's because we never stop leeching. we're always leeching. So anything that comes in as a DoT, which has been our main weakness with this whole setup, is going to heal me instead. And that's huge because there's more dots than just chaos dots, but those are getting converted into chaos damage. So essentially, there's lots of stuff that's healing me. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. You could really see it really well when there's a lot of pack size. So as I was playing this, and you know, there's a reason I don't show a lot of gameplay footage. My internet has just been shitty lately, and we need to get it upgraded. So I basically ride the waves of frame rate and just enjoy the ride, basically. But we're gonna pop influences. We're gonna pop all this stuff. I want you to take a note at how my life pool isn't really dropping off that bad, and unfortunately I am not reading anything, so we're just gonna go for it. All right, let me grab this shrine. I want stuff. No, fuck it. Let's just go. So what this used to look like, and you know, I know that I wasn't using the Mechawattles in the showcase there, but this didn't used to look like this. This used to look like my life constantly going up and down, you know, and didn't know what direction to go. And now it looks more like my life isn't really being touched that much, because essentially a lot of these dots that are coming in are chaos dots, and they are healing me, right? So I'm getting more procs of the 5 all max res. I'm trying to get it to pop off here. Oh, something came through there. But as you see, my first to strike, last to fall procced, and I'm back up to full health. So that's really good. I can do a weapon swap and proc it myself. But as an added defensive layer, I'm just keeping it there because honestly, this is really iffy, like playing this style of character. But it is, fuck, it's just fun as shit. So I know the build guide isn't the best build guide out there. I am probably just gonna leave it up though, as like a format, so you can understand like the direction and the thought process and the mechanics of the items itself. I think it's effective in doing that, but I really felt I needed to put something out that showed like the actual setup we were talking about. I didn't like the fact that I didn't think about it till after it was uploaded. I didn't like the fact that I showed the pre-Mechawattles fucking showcase, because this is just, look at this shit. This shit's fucking awesome, man. The only thing I'm really needing to worry about is my fizz, which I am fucking, I don't know, what am I, 25,000 armor? I mean, that's not bad, but you know, it could be better. So fizz really isn't that big of an issue. The shield really does solve a lot of these issues. Or I'm sorry, my chest piece really solves a lot of these defensive issues. So with this shield on, we're basically narrowing down what is going to income and hit us. Now, honestly, I don't really have much mitigation as far as bleed and corrupting blood immunity, so I just wanted to say that. I noticed I had some stacks on me. If I do die right now, it's probably because of the bleed stacks. But more or less, I just wanted to kind of show off this interaction here and how we're actually mitigating the chaos dots that are incoming through the Tainted Pact. And we're not getting the best single target anymore. I know that. I mean, obviously, look, fucking Omniphobia is just like not taking any fucking damage at all whatsoever. So I understand that, but we're on the way to immortality. Actually, let me just see if I can chunk this guy down real quick. I need to get rid of this screen. It's driving me nuts. I guess this would be a great example to show some single target stuff here for this skill. You might be thinking to yourself, wow, Cheddar is ZDPS, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's true, but he's got some shit going on. But let me show you something here real quick. Not Defiance Destiny, but Fury Valve right here. This item is probably the best interaction for Poisonous Concoction of bouncing. It's giving it 2 additional projectiles, but the interesting thing here is modifiers to number of projectiles instead apply to the numbers of targets it splits towards. So I thought when I first started messing with this, I thought maybe the poisonous concoction of bouncing overrides that. It doesn't seem that way. So what it seems to be is when there's only one target out, look at the bounces. They're kind of biasing the single target. More chains, more bounces, more poison applications, more better. So look, Omniphobia is actually taking damage now. Holy shit. You see the bouncing is like, since there is no splits, there's no... Ah, fuck, I'm gonna die. But since there's no targets for the projectiles to split towards, so they're all gonna bounce and overlap on top of Omniphobia. Try to... I mean, I'm gonna do my best to try to not make it look that bad. Now, maybe the way it works is that there's Rogue... The initial projectile is bouncing away randomly, but there are like additional projectiles that it seems to be overlapping on top of him. So it's pretty crazy. But look at my life pool just for this one little pack though. Now that we took off Tainted Pact, watch my life pool go up and down a little bit more. You'll probably see it more prevalent in the boss fight here because there's a lot more monster packs. So watch my life. Actually, watch the we'll do it like this. Yeah, see, lot more choppy, lot more. Yeah, I'm putting out more damage, sure, but oof, yep, I'm getting chunked. So we're not getting any of the healing from the dots. Remember, cold dot, lightnings, if there's any like lightning dots, any LE dots that we're taking, 50% of that is chaos and it's healing us. Even fire. Actually, I didn't even think about that. Fire dots. Because 50% of fire damage is being converted to chaos as well, because that's all elemental. I gotta double check that. Anyway, just kind of wanted to make this video as like, you know, we're all learning together. You know what I mean? This... And we're about to die here, because this guy's a fucking monster, so... Basically, the build isn't perfect. It's been a fun project. I don't want to make this as like something like, hey, new players, try this. No, not at all. I more or less, like I said in the video, I'm just like, hey, look at this crazy shit I did that's probably suboptimal. But this character serves a single purpose, and that purpose for me is to test out unique interactions. And this guy's doing a great job at that. And I'm very proud that he's doing a great job at that. So we're keeping the build guide up. Use it as like a template, as a format. I'm going to make sure that this is in the card description of the other video and vice versa, so that people can see this one as well. Anyone who made it this far, I really do appreciate you guys. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe. I'm going to post updates on this build, and I'm going to start going live regularly with a new schedule upcoming. So I'm actually going to be on. I'll probably stream on YouTube at first, because I really don't like Twitch. So yeah, not any particular reason. I just I never really used it, and there's just too many damn ads. So it's like, whatever, man. I'm a YouTube guy, and so that's where I'm gonna go. So I do appreciate the support, and I hope that this video clears up any questions about the interactions that we have talked about in the previous video. If you haven't yet, I still recommend you go watch it. I know it's kind of hard to, you know, watch some of my shitty videos, and I'm still working out technicalities with the OBS, so just bear with me, and I appreciate it. So y'all have fun out there. I hope you got some value out of this video, and you got to see some really cool interactions. Well, that's it for today, and I'm signing off. Peace out, guys. Bye-bye.